how does one pick the martial art to go for?
Okay, let me tell you the answer is kind of weird. You go on your phone and then you Google the closest one to your house.
Welcome to the One Day at a Time podcast, where we take things one day at a time. Today in the studio, we have Kelly.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly, welcome to the studio. Before we begin, let's do a quick introduction about yourself.
I'm Kelly Kimberly. I make martial arts content. Sometimes nowadays I do funny things on the internet because like that's what the people want. They don't want to be educated. They just want to laugh.
Okay, I mean, that laughter is a very, very valuable also, especially in our society.
That's true. That's
Right.
true.
Okay, so I mean, you've been on a whole bunch of interviews, so I'm not going to touch on the usual topics that people usually ask you, because if you're keen, there's a whole bunch of interviews you can go
don't
and
be
watch.
like them.
Yeah, you can on Kelly and her journey so far. But most people, if they know you, they would have known you through the movie, right? That you were in,
Yeah.
Our Girls Go Army.
Or like
Right.
the fact that like the TikTok that
Yes,
is
the
gone. they don't know that it's gone already. That I got perma-banned.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Ah?
So because I do martial arts content, right? So I was like debunking some myths on knives, like stabbings.
Oh shit, okay,
And then they
that's
say,
obviously
yeah,
gonna
that's-
get you banned, man.
Yeah.
We live in Singapore, man.
I was educating them that like you can't defend from a knife like the way they show in a lot of those videos where like you just like do some stupid thingy and then you just like trap the arm. They're not just gonna stick it there and hold it there. You gotta
Right.
like pin them down and wrestle them, and you
Right.
will get cut. And then I mentioned that, and then
Yeah,
Gonna ban
and you can't
permanently.
get it back, right?
Cannot
You
get it
can't-
back.
Okay, that's TikTok for you, especially here. But you do still put out a lot of martial arts content,
Yeah.
and you are a MMA coach, right?
I am currently a karate coach, and then like freelance. I do like, I guess you can call it MMA, but it's mostly like Muay Thai based.
Okay,
yeah.
right. So Muay Thai coach and karate coach lah.
Yeah.
So how did you get, or rather, when, right, in your journey did you get into like martial arts?
Actually, when I was really, really young, like I had quite a horrible childhood. Like really, really bad. Like physical violence, quite a lot of like horrible things. So I decided that like it makes sense to go and learn a martial art because it's like there must be a way to get better at violence. So I went to go and start studying several martial arts.
Okay. So essentially, having been, I guess, practicing martial arts for so long, right, and having coached people in martial arts and in multiple martial arts, right, what is your general approach towards martial arts as to like why should someone pick it up?
It really depends on you. Like you can do it for health, for fun. You can do it if you want to compete. You can do it to learn how to defend yourself. But you don't, how you say, like you should not, in the martial arts community, you should not discriminate against another person's choices. Some people just want to learn it to become a stunt actor. It's like whatever your reason is, as long as you know what your reason is, and if the person that you're learning it from is giving you like an accurate sorry, what's the brain fog? They're accurately telling you what they're teaching you, then
Right.
it's just they're honest about what they're teaching you. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think like you have been in the martial arts scene for a while, even before you became sort of a public figure, actor person, right? So do you think that like for you, like you personally, your interest and passion towards martial arts is stemming from a pretty difficult so-called childhood, then you feel like you gotta learn how to like defend yourself?
It definitely came from trauma, definitely. But then I started to appreciate like the study of it.
Right, like the art form of it.
Not really, like the technical details about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and like its practicalities and everything. And it has health benefits also, like okay, let's say you don't go and fight a competition, which I am going to.
Oh, nice.
in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
But let's say you don't compete. Let's say you just train for fun. Like, you don't have any intention to like fight with anybody, but you just like hit the pads, hit the bag, shadow box. Like that stuff is good for your health. Like it's good for your cardio, your blood circulation.
Okay, so I assume you have experienced multiple forms of martial arts apart from the ones that you are more inclined to, which is karate and Muay Thai, right?
It just so happens that these two are Muay Thai is like kind of like my main thing.
Right.
I guess, yeah. Then karate is like I am currently coaching at this school called Fight Spur Karate.
Okay.
As one of the coaches.
I see. Okay, so there are so many different types of martial arts,
Correct, yeah.
and they are quite different, right? Even amongst the more common ones, like karate, there's judo, aikido, and then you have your usual, I would say like more hard-hitting ones like your Muay Thai,
Boxing,
BJJ,
kickboxing,
yeah, that kind of thing, right? So when someone is keen on going for a martial art thing, whether it's for health or self-defense or whatever, how would they pick the one that is the best for them? So like for me, for example, no freaking way I'm gonna go like Muay Thai and like no freaking way. Look at my freaking elbows, man. Like
sharp what? No, it's very sharp what?
So like how does one pick the martial art to go for?
Okay, let me tell you the answer is kind of weird. you go on your phone and then you Google the closest one to your house. No, because really, like it doesn't matter at the start. Like really, it just matters that you build the habit of like showing up to a class. And getting in that hour of training or hour or two of training. Like at the start, honestly, it really doesn't matter what you learn. You could learn like Aikido, or you could learn like, I don't know, like something very obscure like, I don't know, capoeira or like tiger claw kung fu, right? As long as like you're showing up, you're moving a little more. Then after that, over time, right, you can figure out like other styles, like after you've already like built the habit of like attending a class.
Right.
And just make sure that your teacher is honest about what he's teaching you. If he tells you you can shoot like fucking Hadoukens at people, right?
Then probably not lah.
Then he's probably like cheating you of your money.
So are you saying that essentially for most martial arts lah, like the foundation of it is relatively similar in that sense?
Okay, what I think is that like martial arts is just learning how to move your body in a way that gives you an advantage over someone else. And like conditioning your body and getting in the repetitions of like hurting another person. Like,
jeez.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are martial arts that is more like directing the hurt away type, right? Like for example, if I'm not wrong, Aikido is a art form that is less upfront one. You know what I mean?
They try to like manipulate your joints, right?
Something like that. I don't know.
Okay. No, the thing about Aikido, right, is that a lot of people shit on it very badly because, okay, honestly, right, a lot of Aikido schools, their curriculum does not actually make you like test it out like spar, like they don't pressure test it. They usually have a person who like does the move and then the other person will like kind of like allow them to do it.
Oh.
So they don't actually test it against someone who's like resisting. Like I don't think that Aikido cannot work. I think that with enough research, if they have somebody resisting and then they figure out from there like, okay, how do we make this actually work, right? It could. Yeah, but I think if you're looking for something that is like not like straight up like hitting someone, right? Then maybe try Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is quite good. But it's only good for 1v1, so
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think there are a lot of people who are resistant to, I guess, going for martial art because there's always the concept of like sparring, right? And when you spar, you definitely get bruised a bit. You definitely
not really. It's like, I mean, if you have like good sparring partners, they're not gonna like bash your brains in. They're just gonna like like tap you with the glove and show you like, okay, like, yeah, you got hit kind of thing, like if you have good sparring partners, usually the noobs that come in that they're spazzy, then they freak out, then they
really go for it lah.
They try to kick you in the body, then they cannot kick properly, then they kick you in the groin or something. Like.
Right. So what would be your advice for people who have always wanted to try out martial arts but are a bit too afraid to try it because they don't want to go down and like get their brains bashed out, right?
Honestly, most places, right, just go with the more experienced person and tell them that you're a beginner. The more experienced ones will not bash your brains out. They will know that like, okay, we gotta teach you like how to do it, and if we traumatize you at the start, you're probably gonna quit.
Yeah, definitely. And for you, right, you teach at a school, which I assume is like group classes,
Yeah.
right? And then you also do your freelance
Personal training.
personal training.
Later I have one, yeah.
Oh, nice. So when someone kind of wants to go for these kind of things, right, should they start at like a class level, like everybody go there and you learn from one coach, or should you just go for like one-on-one? Because I assume it's quite different.
Okay, so you see the benefits of each is very different. So like if you have a group class and you join in the sparring, right, usually it will be like half an hour back to back, like like okay, you spar this person 2 minutes, then like okay, change partner, everything. You get a more like wider variety of different types of people that you'll be sparring against. But the advantages of one-to-one training is that as the coach, I can focus more on what needs to be developed in you. Yeah, so one-to-one training can develop you faster in some ways, but then a group class lets you have a wider resources, more people to spar with.
Right. So it's really the same as going to like a fitness class lah. It's like whether you hire a one-on-one fitness coach that tailors the program to you, or you go for a fitness class where it's like general hitting.
Yeah.
Or okay, so it's really it's a similar concept, right?
Similar. It's like what do you want out of it? Because like okay, so for my personal coaching, right, usually when they text me, right, I'll ask them, okay, can I know like why you want to learn? Is it like you want to learn to defend yourself? Do you want to like do it for fitness, or you want to do like cool acrobatic stuff?
Right.
Yeah, then like they tell me that I know how to like tailor the class for them.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about the costing, when it comes to going for martial arts classes. Because based on my own research, right, the costing can like really vary on like super, super big. But you have those like ones that they offer at the CCs, right?
Yeah.
That seems super affordable, like ultra affordable. And then you have group classes that you think will be affordable, but they are like insanely, like expensive. And why do you think is there such a disparity in the pricing? Is it experience level or like brand of the school? Like why do you think there is?
Okay, like I think it's a lot of different things. Okay, like for example, the karate school that I'm teaching in, right, it's called Fight Spur Karate. It's like run by my sensei lah, but he's like now overseas doing stuff. So I'm one of the many coaches that are helping out with it. It's run at a CC, but how do you say it? Like it's very affordable. It's like $17 per class. First lesson is free.
Yeah, man.
I think because he's quite well to do. This is more of like he's doing it on the side. Like he like works for like big brand, like for
right.
So like this is just his side project kind of thing.
Like he just wants to pass down the knowledge to people.
Because he thinks like there's too much like karate that is like not quality. Like they just do a lot of kata and then they never spar. Like, they do all the pattern thing. Then they never actually like practice how to fight. So like the time spent doing all the pattern, you could actually be drilling or sparring.
Right. Different schools of thought lah as to what works for different people, right?
Different pricings actually. I always discuss with my personal training client, right? Like, how much is how much of a price? Name your price. We can discuss, because I wouldn't want you to like pay me like a large sum of money and only come one time. It's like I rather like this amount, right? It's like it can last you it can last you to have a consistent training.
At least see some progress in the class through the classes.
Because you can never learn everything in one lesson.
For sure. And it's also about like what you mentioned just now, like getting your body in tune to the whole craft of it. Yeah. That's why your recommendation is just go for any first lah. Get your body to
expose yourself to it. Yeah.
I'm very, very curious about the competition thing, right? Because in Singapore, when it comes to like I guess like sports or whatever, we see a lot of news on, like the Olympic stuff, swimming, table tennis, even esports. But like when it comes to martial art competition, there isn't much mainstream media.
Got one championship, what?
I mean, that's pretty much the only one.
KBX.
Okay, I mean, I'm not too familiar. Right?
This
like
is
the normal
karate competition.
Right, yeah. So
Kyokushin one.
I have no idea.
So it's a bare knuckle, bare shin one.
So like for like normies like me, right, who don't follow the martial arts scene, like to us it's like got not much coverage lah, because you don't see it on mainstream media.
I do agree actually, right? Also like mainstream media doesn't really do much, except one championship.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so how does the whole competition thing work? So like for example, you are going for a competition in like a couple of weeks, right? So it's like how does that work?
Like what do you mean? Like
Okay, so how many competitions are there? And how do you kind of get into the game? Because surely, like for example, today I have zero experience. I can't just go and sign up for a competition and get bashed, right? Or can I?
I think they may not allow, but it depends on whether they regulate or not lah. Because
Okay.
this one is like I'm actually not very sure because they just like my sensei just told me like, hey, you want to sign up for this competition? I'm like, yeah, just sign me up.
Okay, so what do you? Okay, rather, why do you go for competitions? Like for you lah, personally.
Personally for me, it's like okay, after living like quite a life lah. Honestly, I have lived quite a life lah. Then like I actually like got a little bit depressed a while back. And then I realized like, okay, I need to pick myself back up. I need to live life again. I want to feel like that excitement. And I actually really going in this competition just for fun. Like and also it will probably look good like on my resume. Like, you know, I got more things. Yeah. I actually honestly, right, even if I lose or win, I don't really care. And, yeah.
Right, you're just going for the experience.
It's fun, it's YOLO.
You're just like punching people. and the competition gives you a place to legally punch people.
In a sense,
right?
Yeah. I mean, we are both consenting adults, like, you know, like in the same weight category, punching each other. And kicking each other, yeah. So I'm like, okay.
So how many competitions have you actually gone for so far?
Oh, actually, do you know, not many.
Okay, I mean, of course, I don't know.
Okay, like not many. Like, okay, I know this sounds damn edgy, but like a large portion of my experience, like in like actual fights, right, was like when I was young, like a teenager. Like they were street fights lah. They were not legal ones lah.
Right.
The only ones that I went to that were legal was like this like stick fighting thing in ITE.
Fighting.
It's like we had the pole, a pole arm but it's padded.
Okay.
Yeah, then we had to like, you know, fight with it. Yeah, that one I got disqualified because I kept fouling. Then another one was a beef match I had. Like I think this was last year. Yeah, so there's this guy, I don't want to mention his name lah. Like we swore already. But we had some like online beef and he's like twice my size. That I thought, okay, this guy's dangerous. So he was like, let's go like box lah. Then he said, but you can't use legs, it's boxing. Because, you know, if you've seen my videos, I use a lot of kicking, right?
Yeah.
He's like, but no kicking, only fists. That I'm like, fine, let's go. That actually I went to it thinking that this guy gonna kill me. Yeah, then the minute I land one shot on his face, I realized he turned away. Then I'm like, hey, that's the sign of someone who has never been punched in the face like enough, yeah. Like, no, as in like he's not used to the stimulus of something coming towards his face. Then I'm like, means this guy actually not trained, yeah. I just whack him.
At a proper boxing studio.
Yeah, but it was like a closed door event. Only a few people were there. Like it was not. I bet it was barely legal. Yeah.
So your upcoming match is one of your first few legit
like sanctioned. Yeah.
So actually, you know, when people take part in competitions, right, and if you win, what do you actually win apart from the title?
Medal lah, that's it. Honor, glory, that's it lah. Like
Okay.
nothing.
So not much money one.
No,
lah.
if you're just doing this kind of like amateur kind, right? But if you're like, of course, going to one championship, like those
like high level.
super high level kind, it's like I'm like an ant to them, you know. Like they would crush me like a boot, like a boot, and then there's the ant. You know, it's like they'll just kill me. Yeah, but those they actually get paid just to step in the ring. Even they lose, they still earn money.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean,
If they win, they get bonus lah.
the training is on a different level, obviously. Right?
They are training full time.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have a day job or any other stuff. They just like every day is like fight camp to them. They wake up, they probably like train the whole day lah. They probably have a person play out their diet, everything.
Yeah. It's like a professional athlete level type of thing, right?
So that kind they get paid. Yeah.
So for you, are you doing your coaching and martial arts sort of like your main gig these days?
That and possibly content creation, I guess. Like Like, I'm not sure what's like my algorithm also. Like my IG algorithm them got one.
So like you have no plans to go back into doing like acting stuff or
If have then have lah, but it's
okay,
like
but you're not
I've
actively
done ads lah. Like,
right.
yeah.
We're not actively going out to kind of build a career as
Fine
like
acting, not really.
yeah.
That's why a lot of people don't know. Like they think that like I want to keep acting. As in, I don't mind it, but it's not like oh, when I was young, I wanted to become like professional actress. Or, you know, it's just like I quite. I mean, I don't know what your impression of me was before this, but you talk to me a while, you realize I am cock one. I just I just do them random things one.
Yeah, most people in this industry are, I think, a bit random.
I just a random one, yeah.
So your whole I guess stint, in the movies and everything, it was just like a spur of a moment thing. Oh, you went for it, and then like then
just like YOLO. I just like I think at a certain point in my life, I realized like how you say like I'm gonna die one day. I might as well just gain as much experiences so that when it's time to kick the bucket, right, I can be like, yeah, I lived lives.
Yeah,
with a plural.
I think that's a very good way to live lah. Especially in our society lah. A lot of us are still very kind of mild because we were just brought up that way, right? Hey, a boy, a girl, don't do this because
is it Asian thing?
I think it's an Asian thing, and I think it's a Singaporean thing more than an Asian thing also.
Yeah,
because we are just so protected, and we live in such a comfortable environment that we don't really get to live sometimes. Right?
We are existing.
Because everything is so predictable. Like, you go primary school, secondary school, JC, uni, and then you get a job, and then you live your life, and then
BTO.
BTO,
Singaporean dream.
65 retire, take out CPF, get your FRS. It's very
FRS?
Full retirement son.
Okay.
You can go and watch some of the videos online. Like, plenty of Singaporeans talk about it. Like, you're so freaking good at it.
You can do like financial advisor, if FA, then invest all this.
It's very standard one. Like, it's so there's a map. And if you follow the map right, it's hard to go wrong on a logical basis. Maybe you get depressed and shit, but then that one on paper, never see.
On paper, like, I got like a BTO.
Yeah, correct. So like I love talking to people like you who live life lah, because I think too many of us just are very resistant to, because we were just taught not to. And I also wanted to talk a little bit more about your health journey, right? Because one of the reasons why we connected is because Kelly has a similar health condition to me known as fibromyalgia or fibromyalgia, which basically causes widespread body pain every single day of our life until we die. There's no cure as of today, and it basically sucks sometimes lah, okay? But looking at people like Kelly, you wouldn't be able to tell.
To tell, right?
Obviously, I also won't. I also cannot tell, right? Until you
I cannot tell that you have it.
It's very hard. I mean, maybe I look weak as shit, so maybe still can, but like you obviously are looking a very healthy person. You still punch the bags and kick the bags.
Covered in tattoos, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the tattoo pain should be nothing for you lah, compared to I mean, I feel it. So how are you kind of like dealing with that and still like going out there to live life?
I think it's very much that reason that it's like my body hurts so much that I'm just like, how you say? I don't know if this is healthy advice, but it's like it feels like there are needles piercing me all the time. It feels like my muscles are sore as fuck. I feel like my bones are burning. It is really damn bad. And my joints are just like aching like all the time. I take all my anger and then I use it as fuel, and then I just like, okay, I need to move. I need to do things. Yeah,
makes sense lah. I mean, it's kind of similar to, I think, a lot of us. I can't speak for other people who have fibro, but it's the pain is a reminder for you that like, hey, like my life, I don't know when like my life gonna come to an end, because this condition is just quite unpredictable, right? So if you don't live today, right, then what if tomorrow never comes? You gotta go out there.
Fibro doesn't kill you, right? Fibro itself will not.
According to we are not doctors, okay? So like by right, fibro doesn't kill you, but fibro causes a lot of other derivative conditions, like including mental. I mean, imagine if you're in, I mean, you don't need to imagine, you are.
Okay, to the viewers, yeah.
Right, yeah. Imagine you are in pain 24/7. Surely without some good support mentally, yeah, you'll go crazy one lah, like for sure, right? Without some good support, because you can't rely on freaking painkillers, which is what a lot of us do in the beginning. And then you start to realize that painkillers got side effects one.
Yeah, and they don't work. Panadol does jack shit.
After a while, like your body gets used to the drug.
Oh yeah, you develop like tolerance.
Resistant to the drug, correct. So you can't just pop painkillers lah. It's not freaking Mentos lah, right?
Yeah,
you can't. Yeah, so it will help. It will develop other conditions one lah. Like a lot of people who have fibro, they have like literally just now halfway through the podcast, you say like shit, brain fog. A lot of people who have fibro have brain fog.
Yeah,
right. A lot of people who have fibro have this condition known as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which is like a stomach thingy.
But is it in the morning you just need to?
People with IBS have different symptoms. So can't say similar to fibro, just like how before off the camera we were having this conversation that like I cannot drink alcohol. I mean maybe half a glass of wine is fine, but anything more, right? Well, the alcohol really like freaking destroys my body and feel pain. But for you still can. In fact, it helps.
I use it to help. Yeah,
but please not advertisement for alcoholism.
Not trying to encourage it in any way, but like,
yeah, it just kind of helps you numb the pain.
It more of like, I think it distracts me. It's like, it's like when I'm like buzzed as fuck, and then it's like I'm focusing on the high more.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing. I don't think it physically like negates any pain. I think it's just like, you know like how you see in those like movie, the fella like kena shot or what, then they take the vodka, then they they pour.
It's a distraction in some way. That's why I think a lot of people, I can't speak for everybody with the condition obviously, but like at least for us, like in our experience, that's why we do so much random shit. You know, like stupid, go and do podcasts, go and do all this stupid dumb shit, or like stuff that people don't usually do.
Yeah.
Because it's very exciting. It's just as a distraction from the
agony that we're
hurt,
in.
Right? Yeah. So that's why we do a lot of like always try new things, always like do legal things are legal things.
Yeah,
always try new things, like try new ways of keeping yourself like alert, excited, and like feeling like you're living life.
And then you need to have friends also. Like you need to go out and socialize and have friends that are understanding also lah.
Definitely. I mean, it's not healthy lah to chase because doing exciting things also in some ways you're like chasing some form of high lah. Because
isn't that life?
At the end of the day, it still doesn't solve the problem, which is it's still pain lah, right?
Yeah.
And there's no solution for it, so it becomes a little bit of a cycle in itself. Yeah. So I mean, for anybody out there who has fibro, I mean, a lot of people have actually messaged me because they saw my video on fibro, and I always tell them is go and get yourself properly checked out, because it might not be fibro, it could be nerve damage,
it could be something worse, right?
Correct, it could be life threatening, right? So thankfully, or unfortunately for us, is at the moment not life threatening. It just hurts. It just hurts super bad, but it's not life threatening. But maybe you have similar symptoms and it's something else that is life threatening. So you must go and get yourself checked out lah. Like go and do all your tests. Go and see your neurologist. Go and see your whatever logist and get yourself checked out lah. So
I was just going to say like it affects everyone differently. So some people they cannot take heat. And some people cannot take cold. But like depending on you, maybe you can try to test out lah. Like maybe a hot sauna can help you out. Or maybe like cold room. Like okay, like for me saunas I'm fine with them.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but you know that I like very cold temperatures to sleep in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so your aircon is like,
if I on the aircon fucking cold, then I will just like sleep. Like it's the only way I can sleep. Like if not, I can't sleep.
Wow. Okay. Cold makes it usually worse for me.
Oh really?
Like what? Okay. I mean, of course, I don't like the humidity and hotness in Singapore, but usually like sauna, onsen, all this. Wow, it's super good for me.
It's damn relaxing, right?
Yeah, temporarily lah. Obviously, temporarily. Of course, I still like aircon, but not like you lah. Like freezing cold cannot lah.
Freezing cold. It's like it feels like it's like a comfortable pain over the uncomfortable pain.
That's damn sad, eh?
It's like you're freezing, it's so cold, but you're like, it's just a cold. Like it's a way to cycle yourself.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it's not very good, because with the physical pain tolerance, right? Then your tolerance for a lot of things also start to increase.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just tolerate it and not actually try to deal with it. Which I don't think is healthy in the long term lah.
But actually,
right?
our options are quite
Limited.
It's like we got no choice, or we just have to like tolerate it. Wait, then does this mean like if if somebody touches you, like does that hurt?
Not really. Yeah. So does it for you?
Yeah. It's like actually it does, but then it's like I'm so used to like not showing it. Like at most like you can hear like when I'm like moving, it got some like creaky old people sounds that I'm making.
Right. Yeah. For me, it's different. The pain is internal, and so no little external physical factors affect how pain is. Yeah. So if it's pain, then it's just pain. You touch also the level of pain is the same. Yeah, it varies from day to day.
So like for me, right, like I'm so used to it that when I get punched, like in martial arts training, right, I got no emotion on. So I got hit, bam, then I just like, people like,
because your tolerance is just damn high, man.
People are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I just now when you were talking about tattoos, I made a comment saying that the tattoo should be nothing for you. Yeah, because
it doesn't feel like much.
It's the same for me. Okay, I don't really have a lot of tattoos. I have small ones everywhere.
Hey, you have
I have a few small one lah. But like I teach, so I have to cover them. But so also like the tattoo pain, right? It's very like
similar actually. Yeah,
it's like
it feels like someone is just drawing on you with a pencil.
Yeah,
like
but
it's very hard.
It's very, very different from the fibro pain for me lah. For me, it's a tattoo pain is like.
Can you be tickled? I can't be tickled. Like there's I don't feel tickled.
I can. I don't like it, but I can.
People got tickle me
and it hurts, is it?
No, I'm like it's just the pain, the usual level.
Of course, you numb.
Yeah, it's like you're so used to this level of pain, right? That they say tickling is the lowest form of pain.
But you don't feel it.
Yeah, I don't feel it.
I guess it's very different. Like that's why fibro is very dangerous in some way, because the symptoms for everybody is sort of similar, but how everybody experiences it is very different lah.
Correct.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is a whole bunch of us out there who with fibro, and a lot of them very, very amazingly still lives very, very fulfilling, fruitful lives, because the pain somewhat at some point now, once you get past the whole initial like it sucks phase, then you really reminds you that like shit man, like I can whine and cry that I'm in pain, or I can like freaking go out there and get it.
And laugh about it also. Sometimes.
Maybe not laugh about it lah.
I personally do for myself.
Right.
I feel like last time I was very like I whined about it a lot. Then after some point I started to like crack jokes with my friends.
Do you ever have you ever experienced in your life, because fibro is not exactly, it's not like cancer or whatever. Cancer is very visible and you start to like drop hair and whatever. Like we look like perfectly normal human beings living our best lives and whatever shit. Do you ever have like friends or family that kind of be like you talk nonsense it's not what you're talking about?
No, don't have, because they all see it. Like okay, it's like I try my best to like not show symptoms. Like I try to mask my symptoms like in front of people usually. But then sometimes, okay, my house like community center. like sometimes I have friends that stay over, or like I let them stay on my couch or whatever, right? Then when I first wake up in the morning, it's the worst, because it's like I've been unconscious for like 8 hours, and then suddenly I open my eyes, and then now I'm like experiencing like everything hurting, like fuck like that. So I'm like in the morning, like literally when I first wake up, right, my friends all can tell, because I go like
like you cannot help it.
I just like fuck, and then they're like, oh, Kelly's awake. Then they will come and like, hey, you okay? They're like, yes, just give me a sec. Oh fuck, and then just like try to stretch it out a bit. I have a crutch beside my bed
just in case,
just to use
bad
it.
Days lah.
No, it will I'll get more used to it when how you say it, within like the next half an hour when I first wake up. But it's like I use it if I'm like in a rush to go and get like the like energy drink or like water or something. Yeah,
I guess like really different people deal with it differently. So everybody with fibro or somewhat of a similar condition have to find their way of living with it lah. Yeah. So I mean for me, I see a therapist and I do like certain stretches that is very helpful.
like yoga.
No way, man. Yoga's too hard for me.
No, like the simple like that.
No, like just like simple like the physio type stretches and whatnot. Like my physio will help me with. Uh, frankly, right, it's just very simple. It's like, those very simple stretches that they teach you, right, to help you not get like, a stiff neck, like, then like you stretch and it helps lah. It doesn't make the pain go away, obviously, but it helps lah. And okay lah, I mean, we shouldn't be giving out advice because really people do
everyone's
it
is
differently.
different, right?
Yeah, correct. But I do have one last question for you.
Sure.
Okay, so this one is nothing to do with free bro. It's to do with your MMA, your fighting thing. There are a lot of it's a myth lah, right? So people always say like, hey, you go into a fight or whatever, right? And you have a lot of accessories. Nose ring, earring.
Okay.
So like, is it true, right, that with a lot of accessories, it's easier for that person to kind of gain advantage over you because that person can easily just...
It depends. Okay, you see, right, I planned this out actually. This one, right, is silicone. So if anything, right, it comes out like that. And now all the person did is piss me off already.
But still got home.
As in, it's as easy as grabbing my mouth or anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's like, if they're gonna try to like rip out like an earring, I can just rip out their ear. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, like...
Okay. Hey, we're gonna freaking get banned, man. You should you stop talking about ripping out people's ears.
What? I answered the question. No, but actually for nose ring, right, it's not gonna affect much actually. I mean,
too small lah.
Yeah, like no, it's like nothing happens. Like, and then for this one, I planned this out. So it's like silicone. I mean, I like the look of it, but I know that having like plastic or metal ones are harmful. This one is like...
It's soft lah, it's soft.
Yeah, it's just like skin. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, I mean, during competition, obviously, I'm not gonna wear like a necklace or something,
right.
Like watches.
You can't also, right?
You're not allowed to. They don't want you to cut the person by accident also.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you for coming into the studio today.
Thank you for
sharing. I think your journey is very interesting lah, and I wanted to bring you into the studio because I think a lot of people were kind of very interested in focusing on your journey in like, oh, what gender do you identify as, and kind of thing lah, which has been covered, right?
Like a bazillion times by many people. It's like it's like so like there's nothing else to talk about. I
mean, I think because our society is very closed off lah. So like you coming out to be brave and do these kind of things is very interesting to many people. So they want to know more. But I think there's a lot of depth to a human being, yourself included. And I think today it was nice that you managed to share a little bit more about your life as a martial arts enthusiast, right? As well as somebody who is living with fibro, which frankly speaking is all these things that kind of make you who you are, right? Because I'm pretty sure if today you didn't have fibro, you might be a pretty different person.
Yeah, I probably
right?
would.
Yeah, because it just changes the whole experience of what it means to be alive.
Yeah, I'll probably not be able to like be as grateful lah, because honestly, like with this kind of condition, you will like start to find ways to like
appreciate what you have, right?
what you got. Right? I mean, I also have like missing senses, like smell. I can't smell.
Really?
At all.
It's not because of COVID or whatever?
No, it was since I was young. I don't know if it's linked to the thing, but it's like the only few senses I have working for me is like sight, hearing, and a little bit of taste.
Oh, so you can't smell at all?
Cannot.
Oh, that sucks, man.
No, my friends tell me I'm not missing out.
Huh. Wow, I love...
They say you're not missing out anything. Then I'm like, what you mean? No,
your friends are very nice.
They say, no, you can ask other people to smell for you. There's like, you think about it. Your hearing, you can put earplug. Your eyes, you can just close your eyes. You look at something. But if there's a piece of shit in front of you,
you cannot plug your nose.
You cannot like, don't smell it. But your friends can tell you that shit.
That's a very elegant way of putting it. But okay, if you are keen on connecting with Kelly, whether you want to find out more about her journey with Fibro, or you want to find out more about how maybe she can coach you with your karate or Muay Thai.
Muay Thai or something.
You can. Where can people find you, or where should people connect with you?
Instagram. And sometimes, you know what? I even make videos just like for free, like with some tips. Go check them out.
So your Instagram is at Kelly Kimberly C. Right? And because you're banned on TikTok, I guess you got no TikTok?
No TikTok.
So it's just Instagram now.
Yes.
Thank you so much today.
Hey, thank you.
And we'll see you next time on the One Day at a Time podcast. Peace.